Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Maria West here. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't even talk because I have got my friend Jin Ngan here, who is a doctor of Oriental medicine. She is a hellified Asian woman. She is a smartass. She's brilliant. She's wise. She's fun. She's fierce. She's awesome, awesome, awesome. And so I'm happy to have her here. This is episode 381 and my 15th installment of my series, Conversations with Women. Welcome, Jen. Happy to have you
Thank
here.
you.
So,
Thank you for having me.
oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So let's just get to it. Let's talk about your work in Chinese medicine. What inspired you to go there? Because this is a discipline, it's a healing arts that is thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. It is very diverse. It's very challenging. Tell us about yourself.
Okay. So I came from a family that uses medicine. Okay. My parents are not practitioners. My great-grandfather on my mother's side was a practitioner. But other people in the family, they know some herbs, you know. For example, if you have a flu or cold, you go to my mom, she would probably know how to give you a prescription. But she's not a practitioner, right? So when we were born, my sister and I, we only knew this medicine. We were never given any antibiotics or Tylenol and things like that. This is what we know, you know. It's automatic. We don't just think about pills or antibiotics right away when we're sick.
Mm-hmm.
We immediately go for some herbal teas, you know, or herbal medicine. And I remember that, you know, my mother would say, take this and then you'll feel better. And I tasted it the first time. It was like, oh God, it was really bad. It tasted, have you tasted any Chinese medicine before?
Yes.
Herbs.
I've taken lots of herbs. I've done some stints in China where there were some really iffy things that I ingested, and they didn't want to tell me what it was, and I did not want to know. But I felt better. I was, you know, it's such an amazing healing art. So I'm totally intrigued by it because it seems magical to me, but it's not, because there is a rhyme and reason for the way it works.
Right.
Yeah.
So so this is all we know, right? So when I graduated from high school, my father asked me, what do you want to do? I said, you know, actually I love fashion. I love sewing. I love sketching. You know, I used to do a lot of that. My father said, why don't you study Chinese medicine? I already knew some herbs, right? Because when I was in school, I would recommend my classmates to take this and that sometimes, you know, I'll say, oh, why don't my parents said take this and it's good for you. And then they would do it and then they felt better. And then I talked to myself, I'm like, you know what? I really like fashion, but you know, I was, you know, teenager. But when the economy was bad, who would come to my fashion boutique? You know what I'm talking about? When I was a young girl, I was a very practical person. I knew when people have no money, they're not going to doll themselves up. They're not going to buy fashion, but everybody will be sick, right? You will still get sick even though the economy is good.
Yeah.
You would get sick even the economy is bad. So I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I know some herbs already. I know some theories. Why don't I just get into this path? All right, I'll, you know, at the same time, I wanted to go to China, and then, you know, how teenagers are, right? They want to leave home, you know, they want to get far, far away from all the family members just to be free. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do that. But I didn't know it was so difficult. You know what I mean? Studying this, it's not for the faint of heart. It's a lot of memorization. Right. It's a lot of memorization. And also, just because you study doesn't mean you can do it, because it involves some spirituality and some awareness and consciousness. I really don't know how to explain this. I mean, anybody can be an engineer if you just put your heart to it to study. Anybody
Yes.
can be an engineer. You can sell a products. People can do that. But certain things on earth require a little bit of understanding. I mean, sure, you can study this medicine, you can just memorize everything, but you sure don't want to be a textbook practitioner. You know what I'm talking about?
Right, right. Because it's more than textbook.
Right,
It's
textbook,
observation,
right.
feeling.
Correct. So, right. So when I say textbook style means just follow everything the book says. But in reality, when you go to when you get to reality, when people come to see you, it's real life. It's sometimes has nothing to do with what you've studied.
Yes. Yes.
You know, you have to be able to maneuver. You have to be able to think and change, you know, and flow with it. Otherwise, you get stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got into college and then I studied. It was really difficult. Studying in China was hell. It was difficult. I cried almost every day. I was miserable.
Wow.
But then I couldn't give up because it would be losing face, you know, giving up halfway, and then, you know, and then people would say, oh, you know what? You didn't make it through. You just give up. At that time, I didn't want to let my parents down, you know, so I just studied, kept studying.
What was the biggest challenge?
Subjects that I really liked, the biggest challenge was the actually the biggest challenge is Western med, because we have to study that too.
That's right. See, people don't realize this. They don't realize that the training encompasses Western medicine. Yeah.
So yeah, we have to study Chinese Western med. We have to study all the physiology, anatomy. I like the anatomy actually. Just now I said that when it came to subjects that I really liked, I got really good grades. Subjects that I didn't like, I could fail or I have to take it again, you know, barely pass.
Yeah.
But most of them were Western science class.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Didn't like it, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Don't know why, I just didn't like it. But Chinese medical subjects, I love it. You know, we talk about yin and yang and things that are abstract. I get a grasp of it. I don't know why.
Well, the spiritual nature of it and the connection to the heart, body, mind, soul, spirit, you know, when you talk about energy, the energies that animate the body, for instance, and cause either dysfunction or too much cold, too much wet, too much heat, too much whatever. I just found it fascinating. I'm like, whoa, that is just cool. It just made sense. And it wasn't like this kind of flatline kind of thing of Western medicine where they give you a pill to eradicate symptoms. There are reasons for these symptoms. And to be able to trace it all back and to be able to, like, you know, feeling the pulses of the organs, I was just like, what does that mean? I was floored. I was completely floored by that, because it requires a real, not just an understanding, but, you know, this really feeling into, not just physically, but emotionally, and the sort of mental and psychic energies. And that's why I have tremendous respect for it. And not only that, then the applications of like the herbs and the needles, the meridians, for instance, I mean, just like mind blowing. So, wow, my hat is off to you. And it's years,
thank you.
right? The training is years.
Yes, years. And till this day, I still study all the time because it's such a crazily deep knowledge that it's impossible to finish studying in your lifetime, maybe lifetimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you can't just stop it, you know?
Yeah.
And
do you think that's true for you?
I'm sure you.
Sorry about that.
Sorry?
I didn't mean to interrupt. Go on.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm just excited because you said lifetimes. And when we
Oh,
started, it's like you with your mom suggesting various formulas and here, take this and you'll feel better. It just seems to me, it seemed clear that it had sparked a memory within you that I know this.
oh,
I
all the time,
know
all
this.
the.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I was trained with herbs first, not
Okay.
acupuncture.
Okay.
Right. So when I was a teenager, I worked at a herbal store. Back then, they would not hire any girls to work at the herbal store because
Really?
it required, yes, it required a lot of physical strength because you had to carry heavy herb, inventory and all that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it was a very difficult, it is a very difficult labor intensive work. But I got lucked out. One of my classmates' father owned an herb shop. So he hired me because he knew I was going to study in China, study
How
Chinese medicine.
cool.
I know. And I went through all the difficult times, but I liked it a lot. I really like it,
Mhm.
you know. Well, yeah, it's difficult to study, but for some reason I got it right away.
Yeah.
It's a really easy concept that I can accept right away. I just understand it. I mean, call it past life. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like I've done it before.
Yeah.
And also studying this, I learned that Chinese medicine came from shamanism. A lot of that has already been censored
Of
over the
course.
years. Yes, because it's just a tool empowering knowledge to let people just learn and have self-empowerment.
Yeah.
It's not allowed, you know what I mean? Because think about this. If every one of us is shaman, every one of us understands shamanism, how to manipulate energy. Do you think we
Mhm.
can be controlled easily?
Of course not. And
Right.
especially in this day and age, I mean, this is one of the things that I really enjoy, and I am so thankful for your posts because you actually share a lot of historical context regarding Chinese medicine, regarding the herbs, regarding certain practices. And because a lot of people don't know anything about it, other than sticking in needles, etc. And so all the storytelling that you include in your posts, I think is just so fascinating to me because it expands the horizon that here are some shamanistic practices, very pagan practices that don't involve Catholicism, Christianity, and all these sort of limited kind of soul crushing um, influences, that would dare try to block our own innate bodily wisdom as to the body's own innate in relationship with nature to heal itself. And that a lot of the health issues that we encounter is because we are going against nature.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of that has been censored, but what is left is still very powerful when it comes to treating diseases. Can you imagine back in the old days, people actually use magic and spells and incantation in the medicine? Can you just imagine how powerful it was?
I can
Right.
imagine that.
I mean, what is left now that nowadays, even the practice that I do is very, very watered down.
Mm-hmm.
But enough is still good enough for us to treat a lot of diseases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It has watered down to a very physical thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything that is beyond, it's still some in it. I mean, it's not like completely gone. I mean, yin and yang is still, pretty a very abstract concept that we live in, like a duality, yin and yang,
Yes.
right? Left and right, and plus and minus, all that. But
Right.
that concept cannot be wiped out.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't understand. I mean, I always tell my friend who doesn't know Mandarin, I told her, I said, if you know the language that I know, and you look at the books that I read, you'll be going crazy. You think that is so fascinating.
Oh,
I don't even.
It's on my list. It's on my list to learn Mandarin and Cantonese. You know, I'm in the middle of relearning Russian and finish right now. But
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
like going, oh yeah, Mandarin. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. What do you suggest? Mandarin, Cantonese, both? What do you suggest that I?
You're breaking up, so I cannot hear.
Yeah. What do you suggest
Oh,
in terms of
which one
Mandarin or
suggest?
Cantonese?
Learn Mandarin first, because that's the
Okay.
national language
Yes.
that most people speak in China.
Okay.
Right. Cantonese is more down
Okay.
in Guangdong area, you know. So yeah, they speak
Okay.
Cantonese. But if you can learn both, why not?
Okay, cool. That's exciting. So tell us more about the magical elements in Chinese medicine. I'm curious. You know, give us a taste.
Okay. So recorded history in Chinese history, right? Recorded, meaning there's a part of it that is unrecorded, which we don't know how far it went back, right? Could be tens and thousands of millions, who knows? So the recorded year, which goes back to 5,000 plus years, okay? The first dynasty which is recorded is the Xia dynasty. But then the first one, really primitive. That's what historians told us. Okay, just take it as a song, right? The second dynasty, which was Shang dynasty, that at that time, the shamans, usually they're women. Okay, the shamans, we call it, call them shamans or witches or sorcerers,
Yes,
whatever you want. It's just a label.
Yeah,
those people they knew how to manipulate the energy. They even knew how to call in the wind and the rain.
Ooh.
They did all these rituals to treat diseases and also to manipulate the weather for the emperor, for the leader.
Sweet.
So when you look at the character, the Chinese character that says shaman or witch or sorceress, it shows a bunch of people standing there doing a ritual, looking
Wow.
up the sky.
That's
I mean, that's the way I can show you now, but yes.
Yeah.
So that stems from they're actually doctors. They knew how to treat diseases, not just with manipulating energy. They also knew how to use herbs, acupuncture and all that. I mean, I kind of wish that we're still taught that in medical school, but as I told you before, they did not want us to learn all these spiritual aspects of it because it's just too powerful. It's just too intimidating. If every one of us know how to manipulate energy, can you imagine?
I know. Well, and it's very interesting because I know that in the work that I do, I teach my students and my clients how to do exactly that, how to be able to clear your own energy field in order to allow your energy, your chi, whatever you want to call it, to reestablish itself and to be able to replenish itself, to be able to go to the parts of the body that are in complete depletion, whatever that is. So how cool is that? So do you have an active teacher who teaches you this stuff? Because I'd want to go there.
Yes. Yes, I do have a teacher, but before I get into that, I have to clarify something. Yes, we are not taught a lot of these magical practices anymore.
Okay.
But in China, there's still the practice, the old style practice it still remains. It's just not taught in medical school anymore. I mean, you can still find mentors and teachers that teach those things.
Okay.
Like incantation, for example. Sometimes people can get sick and then without taking any herbs, okay, they go to a shaman / practitioner, and the person would use incantation or some practice ritual to dissolve the whole problem just by manipulating your energy field. Yes.
Wow.
Um,
Powerful.
so So I do have a teacher that teaches me divination, Chinese divination. So we can look into the chart and then predict what is going to happen based on what your question is. You can actually find out a lot of things, and you can actually change the whole problem by maybe moving something in your workplace or at home. There might be something that you put there that blocks your energy.
Okay,
Somehow,
so kind of like a feng shui,
right.
a certain kind of feng shui.
That includes that, but my teacher can look at the chart and then says, I think in the west side of your house, you put something like that there, or do you have something that is red color? So for example.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
By looking at the chart, yeah, and then take that away, and then people's lives just changes.
Yeah.
And that difficulty in their life just automatically resolves.
Yeah. I just did that recently. And I was gifted a consultation with a Chinese healer. I knew nothing about this guy, nothing, absolutely nothing. And he said something to me. He says, where's your office? Where does it face? I said, it faces west. And he goes, you have red curtains. You need to change them into white. And
You know
I
why?
did. I did. And immediately things started shifting. And
you know why?
Not really. He didn't explain himself.
Okay. The west side is a metal. It's an element of metal.
Yes.
Okay. The red carpet is fire.
Fire melts metal.
Right. So fire control metal.
Yes. You're right.
So they
I
clash.
should know this.
Fire control metal. So if you put the red carpet on the west side, okay, there's create a controlling energy. That's why he asked you to put white. Just go with the west side energy because of the element. It's a metal element.
And I had a red covering on my desk here because I'm in my office. Wes is right there. So he had me, he goes, where's your iPhone? He goes, show me what you got on your desk. And he just told me what to do. Just told me what to do. So I've got a white thing here now. And yeah, it's all good. And I should know
it's all 5 elements.
Yes.
It's all 5 elements. It's all about generating and controlling or clashing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
Which we don't learn this. We learn the basic 5 elements and all that, generating, controlling, all this dynamic between the 5 elements, but we don't use that in like feng shui. You know, in learn that in medical school, which we should be taught that.
Yeah. Wow. That's so
I know.
cool. That's so
I know.
cool.
I mean, that's why. Let me ask you, how can you not keep studying, right?
Exactly, and that's what makes it an art, is because it's not a one-off. And this is, I think, one of my pet peeves with Western medicine, is that it is the end-all be-all. And they want to specialize more and more and more and more and more into these little minute components of, I was listening to a podcast of Dr. Casey Means, who stepped away from her medical practice because she realizes, oh, this is a shit show. I cannot be part of this, because the Western medicine is treating the different components of the body as separate and not as an entire unit, which you need to do, especially when you're working with the elements, and those aren't even included. And she couldn't do it anymore. So that sort of system, to me, is a way to, I think, go deeper into zombiehood. And of course, it's all woke now, you know, because they know everything. They manipulate facts, manipulate all of the media, and they've got all the medical propaganda. And I know, okay, you powers that want to start, you know, doing all that kind of stuff, but we're going to talk about it, because this is why practices such as yours, practices having to do with Ayurvedic medicine and herbal medicine, is so important because it's going to give us the edge in terms of really stepping away from pharma and all that kind of stuff, which is, you know, it's not good. It isn't a good model to be enslaved to that way of being, which to me is not life affirming. Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, herbal medicine, you know, shamanism, these are the healing arts that are, in my opinion, life affirming.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my clients would come in for back pain, for example. Okay, I'll just give you one real case. This lady came in for back pain about 1.5 years ago. She only wanted some relief. That's all she wanted. That was what she expected. I told her, you can get more than just a relief. That's not good enough. A relief is not good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, because in the process of healing your pain, your other health conditions should disappear or get better. That means we treat your whole health, not just your back.
Yes.
I mean, right.
Whole body,
so she didn't understand what I meant at the time. So I said, okay, give me a chance to show it to you. Then you understand what it is. So not only, okay, now fast forward 1.5 years later, not only she went from size 22 to size 14 now.
Wow.
Okay. Her back pain has improved 99%. Well, she did not want to say 100% because she didn't want to jinx it. Every time she said, oh, I'm 100% better. And then one day she'll feel a little bit, you know, stiffness here and there. That's, you know, that's what she believes. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Call it 99%. Okay. Not only that, her back pain vanished. Okay. She lost all this weight without any saggy skin. Back then, you know, she said, oh my God, if I lose weight, will I look like a Shar-Pei dog? No, I said, you'll not look like a Shar-Pei dog. Because people who lose weight and have all this saggy skin is because they are not using a healthy way to lose weight.
No, they're not.
And they lose
they're not.
so rapidly. Right. So as she was losing weight, she noticed she didn't have all this hanging skin all over. In fact, her neck was like firm, like looking
That's
young again.
Amazing.
I know, because she was using the correct way to improve her health. Because when you're doing acupuncture, your qi, your energy and blood, everything will improve. She sleeps better. And also when she first met me, she was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. In Chinese medicine, it's actually a spleen qi deficiency symptom. Okay. Yes, I mean, in this medicine, we don't talk about hormones and all these things.
No, we don't. I like it.
But when she said she has hypothyroidism, and in fact, I didn't know she had hypothyroidism until 1 year after she got into, you know, in this medicine, and she said, oh, you know, by the way, I just had my lab test done. My numbers were so much better than before, and my doctor said I almost had no hypothyroidism.
And you didn't know about it?
I didn't know about it.
I love it.
All I did was to improve her whole health and, you know, eliminate pain, address her back pain, all her organs, heart, liver, spleen, kidney, lung, all that, just improve.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it.
That's why I told people, if you go to a practitioner, if you say you have back pain and they only put needles on your back, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, sometimes, you know, sometimes back pain, you don't even have to put needles in the back. Sometimes I don't even touch the back.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with their back. Yeah.
Right. I don't even touch it. And the back goes away. The back pain goes away and other health problem, you know, goes away. Other health problems that they did not tell me. I mean, people don't necessarily tell you everything, you know.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of medical shame, a lot of health shame.
Because they think there's some people assume that I won't be able to treat that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they think, oh, it's just not important. I don't need to focus on this one first. Let me focus on my pain because that's the most important thing. But you don't understand. You have to look at the whole body as a whole, you know, as a whole, not pieces.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Your back pain can be, your back pain, especially if it's not injury related, it can be linked to your weak kidney. It can be due to your your lifestyle. Let's say if you always sleep with draft coming at you like that, you can catch wind, it can cause pain.
Yeah.
The back pain can also caused by overworking, too much physical labor,
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you just treat the area that has pain, if you only treat the painful area,
yeah,
it's just treating the symptom, not going towards it.
Yeah. Yeah. What are the common things that people come and see you for?
Oh, it goes from pain. It can be any pain. When I say pain, it's a huge umbrella, okay? So
Yes.
it can be joint pain, arthritis, headaches, migraines, menstrual pain, menstrual cramps.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
All the pain that you can think of. Or swollen gums. Swollen gum. I'm not talking about cavity, okay? We cannot
Yeah.
treat cavity, but we can treat swollen gums.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
What's that about? What's swollen
Pain
gums
from
about?
stomach fire, or it can be deficient heat or excess heat. So that's just involve all the technical term that if I explain here, some people might get really, just so you know, it's heat. It's too much fire.
Too much fire. Wow.
So from pain, it can be from pain to infertility, to hormonal imbalance, to chronic fatigue syndrome, anything you can think of. Also insomnia.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or anything. Indigestion, digestive issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All that. I mean, we cannot treat everything, okay? Not everything. Especially the genetic diseases that truly is because of some kind of chromosome disorder, then probably not. Right. But a lot of the diseases can be addressed, can be treated.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot of pain and infertility.
What do you attribute that to? Particularly the infertility.
Well, infertility has been pretty rampant, okay? In the past, like I started practicing in the United States in 2005. All right. I already saw kind of very high infertility rate in this country. Back then, I think it's because of the stress and diet, lifestyle. That those are the two culprits. Also, I agree with Dr. Kimberly Biss in Florida, who is OBGYN. She actually, I'm really surprised that her YouTube video is still there. I'm surprised they didn't take it down. Dr. Kimberly Biss said that ever since the vaccine got rolled out, infertility rate has skyrocketed at least 50%.
Yeah, I've heard that. That and low sperm count.
That can also be caused by the vaccine. But before the vaccine is because of diet, lifestyle, stress.
Yeah.
I mean, I always tell people infertility treatment is nothing special, but to put you back in alignment and bring you back to youth.
Yes.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
It's anti-aging.
Absolutely.
It's anti-aging treatment, right? It's not something like, oh, it's so special that, we can charge you a lot of money with it because I'm doing a fertility. Ooh, not like that. Don't get fooled by that. It's actually the whole thing is about anti-aging, make you vibrant again, make you very youthful again.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's why my clients who are going through fertility treatment, their skin got better and their sex drive increases.
All right.
And also those of them who have dryness in their vagina, get moist again. I mean, if you're dry, it means you're aging, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I mean, you don't have to be old to be old. You can be 20 something years old, you have dry vagina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. No, that's very true. Or the person that you're with is just not good for you. So, you know, that sort of energy compatibility, emotional connection is not there. You know, I know
Or maybe the person who, or the person you're with ages you. Who knows?
it's true. It's true. The energy vampirism is just so, I think it's so prevalent in a lot of dysfunctional relationships where one person is just getting the life sucked out of them and the other person is benefiting. They get to have whatever they want because they're controlling the person and controlling the relationship in some form, shape, or fashion, you know. So yeah, so let's hear some of your stories about well, like what do you do with difficult clients? Like difficult clients who, number one, are either not honest with you, or the people that expect you to, yeah, and demand that you get it right, or get in your face, or blame you for things. How do you deal with that?
I have seen all of that. Okay. Well, I to be fair, okay, I love my client. Most of my clients are very decent, understanding people. All right. I can say 8 out of 10 of my clients are very understanding, decent people who are committed to improving their health. They will do
Yeah.
anything to improve their health. Okay. A small group of them, sometimes you come across people like, you know, you treated me 3 times and my chronic disease that has been 50 years is not resolved in those 3 times. I'm not happy about that. Well, I wonder why. Because you have had this for 50 years and you expect me to just like having a magic wand, just go ding, everything is fine. You know what? I would love to do that. I would love to just do one treatment and then you're completely fine.
Yeah.
Although I had cases like that.
Yeah.
Some I've come across cases like that. I treated them once or twice. They are completely fine because I didn't see them calling in or making an appointment anymore. So I called them and said, hey, what happened after I treated you? You know, because I didn't hear back from you anymore. If I don't hear back from you, there are 2 possibilities. One is you love my treatment, you got better. And number 2 is you don't like me. But if you don't like me, you better tell me why, because so I can improve. So I have cases like that. I call and they said, you know what, Jin, after I saw you then, all my problems just went away.
That's
just
awesome.
magic. But and then I'm like, oh, really? Completely 100%? They say, yeah, 100%. I usually would say, you know, come back in for another few treatments just to be stabilized, just stabilize it. You know what I mean? But because had this for so long, it's chronic after all. You want to stabilize it a little bit more, right? Before you actually see me less, which is fine. I mean, if they say they are 100% better, they don't have to see me until they fall apart again. It's totally fine. Some people do that.
And that's usually what people do.
Right. But I do have clients who actually like 100% better and they come in once a month to see me just for maintenance.
Yeah.
Right. I also have clients who feel 100% better and they still remaining. They keep on coming to see me once a week because they just like that well-being feeling.
Yeah.
Everything improves.
Self-care.
Right. They like that. So either way, I'm fine with that. So I did have cases like that I treated them once or twice. They're like, I am 100% better. But most of the time, okay, I'm sure you and I know that chronic problem that has not been addressed for many, many years. It does take time to heal.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's not just one thing. It's a whole system shutdown.
Oh, right.
Function.
And also determined by how good the foundation is, because some people were just born with better foundation.
Yes.
They come from better genes, you know, that for some reason their family genes is just so powerful, so strong that they recover faster. Okay. Some people just don't recover fast. Or if they're aggressive enough, let's say if they come in every day to see me 3 days when I'm at work, 3 days, and then another 2 days, another location, they just see me 5 days a week, every week. By the third or fourth week, there'll be like a month, right? They're done. Because they're aggressive enough to keep treating that.
Wow.
Or some people just do, I mean, that 4 or 5 weeks, that means they have been seeing me 20 times, right?
Yeah, that's
If they come to see
dedication.
me 5 days, yeah, right. Well, some people, they do it 20 weeks instead of 4 weeks. They will still heal, but they just need 20 weeks. They just drag it out, just the whole thing out.
Yeah.
So this reminds me when I went back to Malaysia to treat my mother, because my mother's health declined really fast after my father passed away. So I told my sister if I didn't go home right away, I think she would die within 6 months to a year. I have to go home.
Yeah.
So I stayed there for a month. Right. I stayed there for a month and I treated my mom. My mom said, oh, you know what? We can take time. No problem. I said, no, we can't take time. I have to treat you every single day because I'm only here for 30 days. You will see if you do it every day, you're going to heal so fast. She went from not able to walk without a cane and feeling really weak, you know, shaking legs and cannot talk without panting, feeling dizzy, insomnia, all that. She went from that to being able to sleep with no problem, no more panting, talking normal, no more dizziness, walking without a cane, and also no more shaking within 2 weeks.
Wow.
Because she got treatment every day.
Yeah.
You see the difference?
Yeah.
I don't have 20 weeks. You know what I mean? I don't have 20 weeks.
Well, and why would you want to? I'm that way.
You
know, I'm on it. It's like, give it to me. Give it to me.
Right.
I'm ready, but I'm sick of this shit, you know. And it's great because it up levels your lifestyle and your well-being. I mean, when we feel shitty, it's like it's miserable. It's like, why go there? You know.
True. Yes. So, you know, I also tell my clients all the time, healing is not just your physical. Okay. Because this is all I see. I see this all the time. Someone comes in, yes, with health problem. They have a shitty job, shitty marriage, shitty relationship.
Yep.
Always attract the wrong kind of people. Always come across friends who use them, toxic relationship, etc. You can. Yeah. Because they're so dedicated to their health, they improve their health. All these things in their life just changes. Yeah. I kid you not. I see this all the time. Someone who come in hating their jobs because they get healthier. They would lose this old job, but then they get a better job.
They get a better
job. If the whole life just like, as if their paradigm shifts. Yes, as if the paradigm just shifts. You know what I mean?
It's really kind of amazing. It's true. It's true.
Yes.
And the longevity.
As they're getting healthier, they decide they're not going to put up with that toxic friendship anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. And they will say no to the person. Or if they have been taken advantage of by their business partner, because they get healthier, somehow the psyche has changed and they know how to deal with this whole thing without feeling used or violated and then cry by themselves alone. You know what I mean? They decide to say, you know what, I'm going to just end this. I'm going to just tell you to fuck off. You know what I mean? And the whole thing changes.
It's so good.
It's all, but before, if you ask them to do it before they get healthier, they won't do that. They just say, oh, I can't do that. You know, this is not nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It becomes a byproduct of your health.
Right.
Because it's all related.
Oh, big time. That's why I tell my clients that, well, you know what, healing, it should change other things in your life. I don't know what's going to come up for you, but if you stay here long enough, you can see that, you know. See, some people, they get 2 or 3 treatments and then their problem becomes 50% better. They stop coming. Yeah. Because to them, the 50% is good enough.
It's like, so
you know what I mean?
Wacky. Yeah.
So I don't have the chance to see how they transform their life. But a lot of people will stay enough that I remember also, we always talk about that. I said, do you remember when I first met you? You have this shitty job and you have this pain that prevent you
Fucked up
from
relationships. Oh my God.
playing anything you want to, like playing golf or whatever you can think of, or riding a horse or something. You can't do anything of that. You couldn't, you had a really bad relationship. Remember those days? And look at you now. I usually like talk about that and we will be laughing about that and say, oh yeah, it's really hard to, it's really hard to believe. Sometimes I wish I would take the picture and then, keep it. And when they get better, and then we can put it side by side and then compare.
Yeah.
Drastic. It's
wow.
so
That's so cool. That's so cool. You're like their secret weapon and they don't even know it.
Clients call me the secret weapon. They say, I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm not gonna tell
I have several clients like that where I've asked them for like a testimonial. They're going, no offense, but I don't want people to know. They get one up on me. And I'm like, what? Like that's scene?
That's actually lack mindset, lack mindset. It's a kind of
very much so.
They don't have to worry about that. I mean, some people don't want to give me any good review because they say, oh, you're going to be really busy. I can't come in. But then you don't give me good review. I don't have clients come in and I have to shut down my business if I don't have business.
Well, you're not going to shut down your business,
That's what they said. You're not going to have clients. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's so funny. I can imagine, because I used to have a house in Vegas once upon a time. And I used to think, because I would go to San Francisco to have my treatments with my favorite doctor, who unfortunately went back to China. And it's such a drag, and then when I followed her, I found out she'd passed away, which was an even bigger drag. But that being said, it's like, if I was there, I'd be coming to see you. But at the same time, you and I, we have that longevity. We have the Asian DNA, because I have some Chinese, Mongolian, Filipino, Indian. So it's like I got all these really, really great things going for me. And you and I have been talking about the sort of energies that we embody compared to a lot of the Asian women that I know that are just docile, they're hunkered down, they're just sort of, compliant. And I know there's a feisty bitch in there that is like itching to come out. And because of family, because of husband, because of, whatever, mind control programming, this sort of suppression that happens. And so I know that when I came upon you I don't even remember how I found out about you on Facebook.
Yeah, how did you find me?
I don't remember. And I'm like going, who is this?
Friends?
Who is she? And I didn't know whether you were a man or woman, but I knew in my head, I go, this is a woman. This is a woman. There's no doubt. That can't be coming from a man. No way. And not to get down on men, but you have a certain sensibility that, I'm sorry, that will only happen if you have a vagina. I'm sorry. I just said it. But there is a certain wisdom that cannot be accessed when you are the masculine essence. I'm sorry. Just like
they have their own.
There are things that men do that we as women, we won't access it. So it's just different. And I just remember, I gotta find out who you are. What is she doing? Because your posts are, so many of your posts are they're just fierce and scathingly truthful. Like you have there are no holds barred there. You just say it. And I'm like going, yes, more of that, because that's the energy that I think is not only inspirational, but it's creative, it's life affirming. And I think it gives women, particularly women who know they've got it inside them, but they either don't have mentors, they don't have examples, they don't have or they feel, oh, I can't do that. It's too late. I'm too old. I'm too whatever. Gives them permission to, you know, kind of snap out of their stupor. Because that's, I think, what it is, especially when we're told by woke culture again, you can't do this. It's me. Just fucking on and on and on with that bullshit. I can't take it. And so when I found you, I'm like going, finally, somebody like me, who's not a white girl, you know, somebody not a white girl and not kowtowing to this fucking consensus reality of let's just dumb ourselves down here. Let's dumb down our divine, our spirit, our wisdom. Fuck that.
No. I mean, I can tell you now, woke people don't like me, okay? They think that I'm fucking crazy. They think that I'm rude. They think I'm rude. They think I'm not nice. They think I am too harsh.
Yes.
I've heard of all that. And I can tell those people that I'm not intimidated by their words, okay? And if they don't like me, they can just fuck off my page and they don't have to follow me.
Right on.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What is your secret?
I never force anybody to hustle. You know, I never hustle. Oh, follow my page. I never invite people. Hey, you know, follow my page. Unless I already knew your friend, a mutual friend. They say, oh, Maria is a very cool girl. You know, and then maybe I would approach you and say, hey, you know, join my page. You know what I mean? Yeah. Otherwise, people are free to look at my page or not, or just unfriend me. I don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's impossible for people to like you. Everybody will like you in this world. In this world, it's impossible. No matter how cool you are, how nice you are, you still be criticized.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I get thrown under the bus all the time, and I'm okay with it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You get to be my age, you don't give a shit. I don't care. It's like, oh,
you look so young.
You know,
you look so young though.
Well, I have good genes. I have good genes. I have good chi. You know, I've got shamans on all parts of my DNA. There's wise women and wise men. So I feel very, very fortunate. But it doesn't come without consequence. And that's one of the things that I wanted to ask you, because you are so feisty and because people think you're rude or they think you're whatever. What is your secret? What's your secret? You know, because you have really great energy. You're super smart. You're like spot on, and all your posts are just so amazing. Are you writing a book by any chance? Because you oughta.
Well, you know, I mean, I did a lot of research. I like to read all those things that I post, that I posted are things that I like to read. Okay, sometimes I find information on Chinese websites. I like to just tell people who don't read the same language about the information, you know what I mean? At the same time, I learn at the same time. So I will see some information, I just translate it into English and tell people about it. Because if you go on English website and then you just look for the information, you're not going to find the same information. Probably not.
No, it's probably misleading. It's probably had a lot of omissions by bad translations, all kinds of stuff.
And also, I'm an advocate for ancient texts, ancient medical texts. I like to read a lot of these ancient medical texts. It just fascinates me. Okay, history and all that. So, well, to answer your question, what's my secret is to be like this. I don't know. I mean, my parents, you know, taught us to be nice, you know, to not be rude and all that. They taught me all these things that everybody was taught. Okay, all the doctrine, same.
Yeah,
we all grew up in the same doctrine. Oh, don't rock the boat, you know, don't shine too bright, you know, don't be this and that. If the kid right next to you is stupid, please, you know, pretend you're stupid too, so you don't hurt the feelings. Okay, things like that. Right. Don't seem to be too smart because it will make people jealous, all these things. We were taught all these things, believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was a teenager, I just decided not to take anybody's bullshit. It's really difficult. It takes a lot of energy to please everybody. I mean, at least in my book. In my book.
Agreed.
Because if I have to make everybody like me, that means I have to live on their standard. How do I know whose standard is what?
Yes.
I mean, it can come across it can come across somebody who doesn't like the way you breathe, and then you're not gonna breathe.
That's so true. Oh my God. And
No, I'm not gonna change
you're in a
I'm not gonna
relationship,
right.
correct?
I'm not gonna change my breathing just because you don't like the way I
Yeah.
breathe.
Oh, fuck that.
As long as my breathing doesn't affect your life, make you make less money, or make you ugly, I don't give a shit. You just leave me alone. I want to breathe like this, okay? You don't like it? Fuck off.
Yeah, I hear you. Mouth breather. Shit.
Oh, the mouth breather is different. I mean, when I
I'm
say take a deep breath through your
jesting.
nose, never
Yeah,
breathe
I'm
it, but yeah,
jesting.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an example. I mean, if you have to live on other people's standard, they say, I don't like the way you breathe. And then what are you going to do? Not breathing?
Unreal.
I mean, I've always been a very rebellious energy. I have always have a really rebellious energy. That's what I mean. I don't like to be controlled. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people don't like to be controlled, but just some people they can tolerate better.
Yeah.
And some people don't want to rock the boat because they want everybody just get along? But the problem is, no, because we have different opinions. We have different standard, No.
Yeah.
Respect. Yeah. But we don't all get along. You just have to be realistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
We won't like everybody. We won't like one another completely.
I
just be realistic. And also, right. I mean, if you expect to be liked all the time, then why even live?
Oh
it's
my
tiring.
God.
It's tiring. It's just like, okay, you can please people, okay?
Yeah.
Under certain circumstances. For example, if I rock the boat here and I won't get paid, all right, I won't rock the boat. Okay, I'm being very honest here, okay? I'm being very honest here. If, let's say, Maria hires me to be in this event and expect me to be professional, and to treat everybody decent, I'm not going to say, hey, you know what? Your head looks really ugly today. I don't even know what you're thinking. You don't talk like that, okay?
Yes.
I don't even talk.
Know your audience, but also don't be full of shit.
Right. Don't be full of shit. That's what I'm asking. Right.
Yeah.
You can be decent to everybody, but I will not tolerate your bullshit. If you try to tell me to accept things that is actually an apple, but you say it's an orange, I'm not going to go, oh yeah, you know what? It's an apple, it's an orange. Just to make you happy.
Math.
No. Right. No, I'm not going to say, oh, it's an orange just because it hurts your feelings that I have to please. Yeah, no.
It's that
wait a second. If if I get paid in the event and you say it's an orange, I say, oh, it's an orange. Just give me the fucking money, and then and we are all happy. All right, fine. I will do that.
Oh shit, you're funny. My partner and I have learned to agree to disagree because, he likes feisty, but there are some times where, he looks at me, gives me the eye that you've just taken it way too far, Maria. And it's like, okay, I know that, but I don't kowtow to it. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sorry, you can leave the room or not, but I'm not, I'm gonna say what I want to say, so I'm sure that, and I'm sure you're the same way. You're in a relationship, correct? I think you are.
I'm married. Yes.
And so I can imagine that your husband just absolutely adores who you are and how you are. I can't imagine that he wouldn't.
Yes, I actually double checked with him. I said, hey, are you sure that you can handle this craziness? Because I just laugh so loud. I'm not ladylike sometimes. He said, I like it.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Well, I'll go back to what I said. I was just joking. Okay, if you get paid, you just tolerate a little bit. But actually no, because I had clients. Some people are like that. They think they're your clients. They can do whatever they want to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because they pay you.
Yeah.
So they can manipulate.
Yeah.
They can treat you like shit,
Yeah.
right?
I don't play that.
Right. They can even insult you, expect you to take their bullshit, even though they pay you.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'd rather them not pay me and just leave, just get out.
Yeah. I have actually fired clients and students because I'm sick of their shit. It's like, okay, you're a trust fund baby, and you think just because you pay me money that you can decide not to show up at the last minute for your appointment, not do your homework,
Yes.
blow me off, like, for an entire like 2 weeks, even though we've got it scheduled. It's like, fuck off. I don't have time for that. Go somewhere else.
Right.
And I've
should
actually returned money where it's like, I don't want your fucking money. Goodbye. I don't want you.
I've done that too.
I just block people.
I have done that
no
too.
Thanks.
I've done that too. Yeah. I mean, zero tolerance, you know what I mean? Just because you're my client doesn't mean that I should just, be your slave. I'm not your slave.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, excuse me. I change your life. I add values to your life. I improve your health. So you can do things that you didn't used to be able to do.
Yeah.
But I don't treat you like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't treat you like, oh, because I help you, so I treat you like shit. I never do that.
Yeah.
But you think that you give me money so you can treat me like shit. You can just insult me whenever you want. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
You actually burn bridges. You actually said, I was thinking, you stupid bitch. You burn bridges. Okay.
Not good.
You have cut out a person that can actually improve your life so much that you can't even imagine. Okay.
Yeah.
You think just because you have money.
Yeah. 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 It's never a good deal. Never a good deal. So what are you up to? What are your, what's your favorite part of your practice? What do you enjoy the
in my
most?
practice? Good question. When I see my clients went from very, very poor health to be able to function like 100%, like the poor health has never happened before. Like, for example, a client a long time ago was a runner, and he was so competitive, he ran till his bones were fractured.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So when he came to see me, he was in a wheelchair. But when he got better, no more wheelchair, no more crutches. He walked in without any cane, nothing.
Wow. That's awesome.
That was back in Chicago. And then the people from the front desk said, wow, do you remember this guy? All of a sudden, the front desk remember this guy? He came in like a year or two ago. He was in wheelchair.
That's super, super cool. Good for
Right.
you. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is, that is actually, okay, I'm going to be very honest with you. That is actually better than, you know why it's better than money? Because it feeds my ego. It makes me feel good that I'm a good practitioner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that will turn into money in the future.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
You know what I'm talking about?
And you get to do more. You get to do more.
Exactly. So it doesn't have to be money right off the bat. You know what I mean? Like a chunk of money, right? It's what the opportunity brings, what that brings in. You know what I mean? Because you created that kind of success story.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes you feel good. You help that person. Things that you learn would help people.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though you don't see money right now, because they just pay very, very just like a sum of money, okay? Compared to West, we don't make that much money, okay? You know that. Compared to allopathic medicine, yeah.
Yeah.
So you won't get rich doing this unless you have a whole empire with a lot of practitioners working under you.
Yeah.
Which I'm not interested in, because I don't want to deal with people's bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I make comfortable
I
money
hear
and
you.
happy. Right, right. But that success story and all the things that it brings in later makes you feel really good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
So what do you do to balance, keep your life in balance? You know, because I know that for me, you know, I don't do acupuncture or herbs per se, but I listen to the worst possible stories ever of human atrocities in my private practice. And there's certain practices that I absolutely have to do for self-care and put myself in balance. Otherwise, I could get sucked in to this unbelievable ongoing matrix shit show. What do you do for yourself to keep yourself in alignment, to keep your well-being and your quality of life, your quality of thoughts and your emotions? Hi, what do you do? What are your practices?
oh, that includes different choices that, for example, okay, my husband and I decide to not emphasize in material stuff. Like we don't need to drive a really nice car in order to look good. We don't need to go to fancy restaurants, which we can if we choose to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to have a big screen TV in the house, which I don't like TV anyway. I don't like the sound of it, the ee sound.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have one.
But we don't need to, you know, wear brand names and all that. Although if we want to, we can scramble and then do all that. We don't want to. We want to invest the money in health. We spend a lot of money in good food, you know, like food that we buy the ingredients to cook for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We just eat good food that includes bone broth every week. In fact, after I talk to you, I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
make
make
bone broth.
some.
Yeah,
Sweet. I make it too. I love
because
it.
bone broth really nourishes your whole being.
Mm-hmm.
People who don't drink soup regularly, you can just tell they look dry. They just look very dry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not supple. They're not nourished.
Juicy.
Right, exactly. Also, we do I mean, I personally I do sometimes I needle myself, but it's just different when you needle yourself. It's just like when you massage yourself, it's not the same, right? I mean, you can do acupressure on yourself, it's just different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do a lot of moxa on myself.
Okay.
Moxa is a kind of treatment that I burn the herb called mugwort,
Mm-hmm.
and you warm up certain meridians, but that is also limited because you can't reach the back, you know, neck.
Right.
I just do as much as I can. And also I practice Qigong also.
Okay, cool.
Also, I tap myself every day.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the post that I posted about the 8 hollows in the body?
Yes.
You saw that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Tapping the
Yeah.
elbows, the armpits,
The
okay?
armpits for the certain meridians and the back. Yeah.
behind the knees.
Yes.
And then the groins. Yeah, those are the 8 hollows in the body.
Yeah.
So I tap that 5 minutes
It's a
per.
great practice.
Right. Not drinking cold drinks, you know, not eating cold things, no eating. I don't eat sugar. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea. I always tell people the caffeine in tea and coffee is not the culprit. It's the acidity in the coffee that dries you out, that ages you. Tea actually brings you back to youth, all that. You know, we don't drink alcohol. The only alcohol I drink is just sparingly herbal liquor that I drink post-menstrual to replenish my qi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And herbal liquor. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love the mock cocktail that you had of
yeah.
the lychee
martini.
flavored vinegar and
that's on YouTube. You can find a YouTube link. Well, okay, that is just to inspire my client who likes martini. Instead of drinking alcohol martini, they can actually buy white balsamic vinegar and lychee flavor and add
Mhm.
some sparkling water. That's it.
Yeah, that's such a cool
That's
thing.
martini.
I like the martini.
Right. And the martini, yeah, it tastes really good. It's unbelievable. And it's cheap and it's good for your health. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I went out and got some. And oh my God, the cakes, the rose cakes, because I didn't find, so I placed an order for that. It came like within 2 days.
Oh, the roll. Oh, you
The-
did the petal leaf.
Oh my God, because
You
in
love it?
China, that was like my
You like it?
favorite
Isn't
thing.
it good?
I was insane.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, the old
Yeah,
man
just
was happy for me to leave and go back to America.
well, make sure. Well, well, make sure you tell people who are pregnant not to eat roses because roses can create some mild contraction in the uterus, so you don't
Okay,
want them to.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I remembered that. But
So
that
you did
is
order
really
from petal leaf.
fantastic.
That's great. Aren't they good? Oh my
Oh,
God, I
it's
want some
so
now.
delicious, so delicious, and the Scotsman really enjoyed it. So he's just like going, damn.
Also to answer your question, how to balance, it's just that I don't overwork.
Mhm.
So every day I don't see more than I don't see more than 10 people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I just everybody who comes in, we're just very relaxed mode, you know, we get things done. Nobody feels rushed. So not to rush myself. I just hate rushing. Every time I
yeah.
rush, I get
I hate rushing too. I get
no.
irritated. I get mad when I feel I
And
turn around and
exactly.
go, back off.
Right. It also ages you if you rush all the time. People who rush all the time, they age faster. You can tell. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So not rushing, eating good food, not drinking alcohol, drink tea, not coffee, don't eat cold things, don't drink cold things, no, all that, you know, all these adds up, you know what I mean? You know, don't stay up late, don't pass midnight and all that, you know what I mean? Sleep well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also I don't smoke, you know what I
Ugh,
mean?
it's just like,
Although we should do an episode about tobacco because tobacco is medicine. It's
yeah,
just that
yeah, not the
mind.
additives,
Right.
the
Right.
real deal stuff.
That would be a different podcast. Yeah. So I don't
Okay, yeah,
smoke.
we'll talk
I
about
don't
that.
smoke. I don't smoke and all that. So I guess all these things just add up, you know.
Yeah.
And my energy level is pretty good. You know, I'm not like always tired. And people my age, a lot of them will say, "Oh, I'm tired" and all that. You know.
Yeah,
Oh, they will.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I went
Right. You
into
know, joint pain, you know. I look at some of my high school reunion picture. I never went. I left Malaysia so young. They always have pictures posted, and then I look at some girls, I'm like, wow, we're the same age and you already have age spots and
it
you look
it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. You know, people in my generation, wow. I
you can
don't
just
know what
tell.
happened.
You can just tell they didn't take good care of themselves.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
they can't blame it on age, you know what I mean? You cannot
yeah,
blame it on age. It's not the age.
yeah. I mean, I've met so many people in my age group that are just like they're ready to die. They're waiting. They retired so they can die, basically.
That
It's
sounds really sad.
it's very bad, you know. So
I
I'm
don't,
like,
you know,
whatever.
I don't plan to retire actually.
Yeah.
What's retirement?
Yeah, what is that?
I
You know, just
I mean,
doing
I
creative
mean, I
things.
mean, so certain age, I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna treat you anymore because I just don't feel like working anymore. But I know, you know, but I'm totally capable of helping you, and you're feeling so sick. But you know what? I decided to retire. I'm not gonna treat you anymore.
Well,
I don't
and
know. I
that's
don't
the
know.
passion and the calling that you have.
It sounds kind of weird to me, but
Yeah. Well, and
so
that's what most people do because they spent their entire lives at a shitty job and just
ah,
benefits and the retirement. I know so many people that did that and they're my age and 10, 15 years younger, and they look like shit. And they're trying, you know, they can't wait to spend all their retirement money, but they have no energy to do anything because they're
What's
obese or whatever.
worn out?
Yeah,
Worn out,
worn
yeah.
out.
What's the retirement age? What's the retirement age? 65?
62,
65?
65. Yeah.
I mean, the standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be working. I'll be
In
working.
12 years. In 12 years. In 12 years, I should be retiring.
Mercy sakes alive. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, I should be retiring. I mean, I am retiring from certain aspects of my work. You know, like I really the one-on-one and listening to people, but I'm still writing. I'm still gonna do videos, still doing my thing, but just a different capacity, It's got to be it's got to be inspired, not feeling drowned out. And and this is my last incarnation. I'm fucking out of here.
Amen. I think the same way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I've done my thing.
it's just too difficult here.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's really
Oh, I know.
your
And
last
which is good.
incarnation.
Yes, last incarnation. I have secrets about that one, but we'll talk more about that, at some other time. And, oh my God, I'm looking at the time. It's like, wow.
I know.
It's like,
I
how
know.
did that happen? It just went really, really fast. So do you have any parting words for our viewers?
Don't give in to the standard expectation of the society.
Hold
on. Invest in yourself, make yourself healthy, and not do anything that devalue yourself, including your health, just because you want to look good to society.
God. Wise words from a wise woman. Thank you, Jin. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yes, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, this was really, really fun. We'll have to do it again and get into, I'd like to get into some of those ancient practices and talk about the tobacco, the sacred tobacco.
Yes.
Because it has such a bad rap, I think that would be a really fun conversation. And we will have all of Jin's information in the show notes below. And so that's it for today, my lovelies. So until next time, here is to Love, Truth, and Beauty. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Mwah. Ciao, Bellas.